Self-propelled anti-aircraft vehicles can be a challenge to play. Soviet anti-aircraft vehicles even more so. They prefer larger caliber guns compared to the Western tech tree. Hence most guns have a slower rate of fire and a slower turret rotation speed. Most countries at lower rate also have their AA guns mounted on light armoured vehicles, at least with a protected shield, whereas the Soviets mount their AA guns on the ubiquitous AA truck with plywood for armour. How best to play Soviet anti-aircraft vehicles? There are various tips and tactics that can help, with different vehicles having their own strengths and weaknesses. We're going to look at these over a few short podcasts. The Russian tech tree has more self-propelled anti-aircraft than any other nation, 13 including a premium vehicle. At first rank you'll have a quad Maxim or a single dash machine gun. At rank 2 you get a single 25mm autocannon or a dual mounted autocannon. They are still mounted on a truck. Any opposing vehicle that can see your large cab will set your vehicle ablaze and kill the crew. So how can you win? Well, no player in War Thunder can win unless they fight with their team. The Gaz truck is no different. AAA vehicles ought to follow the assault force to protect them from air attack. To protect yourself from direct fire, it is best to hide behind cover, a mound or a building. Scan the skies over your own forces, and this is where opposing aircraft will swoop low and be in range. Aircraft will attack from different directions, so watch the map. Use the C key to regularly sweep 360 degrees. A less obstructed field of view helps with detecting low-flying aircraft, but sitting in the open makes the self-propelled artillery easier to target too. Ideally, you'll have a wood line or a mound in your front, setting yourself back so as to best balance cover versus observation. And while being placed up close to a building blocks observation in one direction, you'll have a clear field of view the other way. Hiding amongst trees will obscure your view, but is an option if you move in and out of cover. The Gaz's cub obstructs your field of fire forward, so reverse into a position to ensure you have a clearer avenue of fire. This way you can retreat fast if you come under fire too. The Gaz is very fast on roads, although top heavy and prone to topple over if driven roughly. Your tracer shells not only help you take a lead on aerial targets, but also become a beacon as to where you are. You have little chance of hitting an aircraft beyond 500 metres, so hold your fire until an aircraft presents a decent target. Fast-moving aircraft will cover some distances as your shells fly towards them. You need to allow for some lead, firing in the expected path of the aircraft. As you advance through the Soviet anti-aircraft tech tree, you'll have fond memories of the antiquated quad Maxim. These guns are one of the very few rapid-firing anti-aircraft weapons, so you can fire over open sights and adjust your tracer fire to land upon the target. Also at rank 1 is a Gaz truck mounting a 12.7mm dash machine gun. Despite its better penetration compared to the Maxim, this is a very frustrating vehicle to play. The dash has a low rate of fire, slow reload rate, limited magazine, and while it can fire over the Gaz's hood, the gunner cannot swivel to the rear, so making it difficult to keep an aircraft in sight. At rank 2 there is a 25mm 72K autocannon which requires a well-aimed shot to hit the target. Aircraft can fly between your thump 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 of shell fire. The magazine only holds 5 rounds and has a long reload time, but if the shell connects with an aircraft it will do major amounts of damage if not knock it out of the sky. Take note of the various ammunition options. The default belt is usually a mix of explosive, incendiary, tracer and armoured piercing. The additional modification allows bolts that are explosive incendiary, which is best against aircraft, whereas AP belt means shells might pass through an aircraft doing little damage. These are better if you face another vehicle. Oftentimes your simplest shot will be when an aircraft is diving at a close comrade or even at yourself, so present a narrow but steady target. Firing over open sights makes it easier to see which aircraft may be the most threatening, orientate to fast moving targets passing overhead and being aware of any ground vehicles. Regardless, Soviet larger caliber guns are best aimed by the optical sight. Players ought to master watching the map, switching between optical and open sights to maintain situational awareness, and listening out for teammates' warnings. Aircraft will make you a target too. Their guns are as powerful as yours, and you make a static sight picture compared with a fast-moving aircraft. Many low-rank aircraft carry bombs, and the plywood gauge truck is very vulnerable to bomb blasts. Aircraft may mass their attack to eliminate AA guns before turning on your team. Watch for the most threatening aircraft. Don't become fixed on an approaching high-flying aircraft that you miss a swooping attacker. Second rank also offers the BTR-152A self-propelled anti-aircraft vehicle, which has twin 14.5mm KPVT machine guns. It has a turret which is capable of fast traverse and elevation, and unlike the gauge truck, has some Alabet light armour. This can provide some protection from artillery strike, but be aware it is open-topped. The KBVT machine gun has a high rate of fire and a good ammunition load, even if reload is slow. If firing continuously, the gun will jam and needs to wait as the weapon is unjammed. When changing ammunition type, the guns will also jam on first firing, so you have to wait. To avoid this problem in the midst of a battle, clear the guns after changing belts, so that they will be ready to fire a full belt when engaging a target. The BTR is fast on roads, but cumbersome cross-country. In our next episode, we'll consider Soviet self-propelled anti-aircraft vehicles at 3rd and 4th rank, which have a little armour and heavier guns. We'll also look at the emerging air threats which become more powerful, tougher and faster, along with protection from other ground vehicles. If you like this channel, please subscribe and tick like. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching.